Ultragear gaming monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. Third generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's third generation Ryzen processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. My name is Apollo, and I'll be your host for today. And joining me, you've seen him a couple of times, a really amazing person. It is Captain Arya, analyst and caster. How are you feeling? Are you excited for the games today?
Super excited, guys. This is the upper bracket finals in Series 2. And, in fact, this could any day be a match worthy of the finals itself. We have Global Esports taking on the reigning champions, Team Velocity, who have, I think, yet to drop a series, across all our tournaments. They have dropped a map in last time's finals, but they have not lost a series yet. So it is a truly exciting match because I think these are definitely the top two teams in India when you look at the overall Valorant standings. And then, our lower bracket, of course, has another set of heavy hitters in the form of Noble Esports and EXCEELI. Right, super happy to see a team from Bangladesh represented here in the top four. So that match is later on today, right? More on this matchup, guys. Global Esports versus Velocity, and I think it's a similar theme across both teams that we see in terms of their composition. They are formed heavily of, professional Counter-Strike players who have been at the top of Counter-Strike esports in India over the past 5 years. So, it definitely plays into why they are so dominant in the Valorant scene so far. And, we're truly, hopefully, going to find out today, who's the better of the two.
Indeed, it's going to be super exciting. But first, we have a little surprise for you guys. We've managed to catch up with Hellranger, the IGL of global esports, and here is what he had to say.
My name is Bhavin Kotwani, also known as Hellranger from Global Esports. I used to go to my nanny's house or my mother's house, and all of us cousins would, rent a Nintendo 64 and just play with each other. With regards to my biggest struggles in esports, it would have to be the time when I just started playing. It was very hard to practice without, PCs or having the right kind of sponsorship. We, as a group of players, tried to come together with money to travel to events, tried to use all the prize monies to travel to events. That is something we did at that time. But I don't need to do anything to dominate my opponents because they already know in their head that even if they have the brawl, I have the brains, baby.
Securing a 3v3 right now. Global Esports back at a chance.
Put them to sleep.
For it, and Hawk of this kind of play does not. The calls aren't going out.
Window position, gets one. Oh, choose. Yeah, there's not gonna.
You thought you were safe.
Side that comes the big
Spot and watch the angles, but Baker gets taken down, and that's going to be a double for Hellranger. As he throws up the paranoia, he heard the sound.
I will take back what is mine.
Doesn't matter if he's one of the there, and the gun barrel is spotted by Hellranger where he sees a kill right down in front of him.
with Antidote, the Oppa of Velocity Gaming. He's the player that's, kind of always in the shadows. Not He can be flashy at times, but he is just so good with the op. And let's see how he managed to bring himself to where he is today.
I used to be a very competitive guy because before gaming, I used to be a cricketer and I was playing for my state level and for the zone. Due to some personal reasons or something, I left cricket and I was going to the cafe gaming parlor every day. And the first struggle is to play a practice against a professional players. And the second struggle was the internet because in Kolkata we don't have a very stable internet connection right now. And the third thing was the financial thing. My family was never supportive towards gaming. They didn't support me at all. My goals are pretty clear. What will I do? What will I become in the next 3 years and something like that? And the hunger to become the best. I would like to use my flashy game style in game to bamboozle my opponent. My name is Sabyasachi Bose and I'm Antidote from Velocity Gaming.
On to right to his main them.
What's this?
Believers an advantage and can they secure this round? And this is what I mean.
That's on learning from the other team. You see Antidote with the knives already out in round 2.
The last round, will he be able to get one more?
And he gets a skill goal.
Entire series, getting that kill.
Right way, too low. Master takes him down, but Anthony
Showing us exactly why Team Kamalas is comfortable on point.
is his.
Let's end this.
What have the what? He just wallbang flick on the op. From cricketer to gamer, Antidote, he defied so many odds chasing his competitive dream. What did you think about that, Cap?
I think he's a phenomenal player. All the way from his Counter-Strike days, he's been one of those top tier players in India. Everyone's had their eye on, and he's extremely comfortable with that jet. And having a good jet on your team, at this tier of the competition, with the added maneuverability, really opens up a lot of possibilities for teams, right? So it's going to be interesting to see whether global esports have planned something to counter that. Right. I know, the general saying is a lot of Counter-Strike players, they're not used to looking up because that's just not a plane in the game that Counter-Strike ever needed to worry about. That's where a good jet gives you that huge advantage, right? Because you're always jumping from above, leaping out of corners, right? So I think Antidote's going to be a big part of what Velocity are going to bring to the table today.
Indeed, and he used to play a lot of Sage in Series 1, but now just switching over to the Jet as the primary agent for himself in Series 2, it's just such a treat to watch, and he's been performing better than ever. So let's get started with the match. Let's move into the map screen first. This will be a best of 3. So this is also the upper bracket finals. And the thing about this bracket is that it's still a double elimination for both Global Esports and Velocity Gaming. The loser for today will move down to the lower bracket. They still have a chance for the grand finals. But right there, you can see map 1 is split. Map 2 will be Ascent. And map 3 will be Haven. What are your thoughts right off the bat, Cap?
So it's the first map is very crucial. It is Global Esports' pick, so that is the map they're most comfortable on. In fact, I remember in one of our past tournaments, we actually even saw GE. I think they were God Squad back then. Play a 4v5 on that map because they were so comfortable. So it's very crucial that GE pick up that first map, and that is probably the best case scenario for us to go to a best of 3. I don't see Velocity giving up Ascent easily, let alone at all. So it's going to be all down to whether Global Esports can pick up that first map, because as we mentioned, Velocity, they have dropped just one map in the past, and that is in the finals last time around. And they've never lost a series, right? So Global Esports, they're definitely going up against clearly the best team in the country, right? But take nothing away from GE. They deserve to be here. They're a strong team themselves, right? You've got the two titans of Indian Valorant right now going off against each other, and I'm extremely excited. What about you?
So for Velocity Gaming, right? They are the defending champions, so pressure is there. In Series One, getting first place, you've basically beaten,
Everyone.
yeah, everybody. There were over 200 plus teams that joined, 256, and to make it all the way there, you have to be pretty damn strong. And I do think that a lot of Velocity Gaming success. Okay, you have all the players. They train a lot. They train really well. But their IGL Amaterasu, there's been a lot of feedback and comments about him as a player. He is just out of this world. It's almost like he understands the game a step ahead of majority of the participants. So Amaterasu, as these teams, they can kind of see where Velocity Gaming is going. We can kind of see a lot of mimicking as well. So, he's got to just really rake his brain and bring out different strategy to just catch all these teams off guard. Now, as for global esports, I feel like they are the team that are trying to change the game. So, Velocity Gaming being so dominant, global esports is kind of the team that has the closest chance into, beating Velocity Gaming. So, they have a lot of pressure as well, but I do feel that the expectations for both teams differ quite a bit. But global esports, there is a lot on the line. The last time around they were caught, they just fell short of first place. And, coming here on the second time, this time with an organization, GE, backing them, they would definitely want the first place spot. And, settling for second isn't really in their head, I would think.
Yeah, last time was a bunch of guys who know each other, who play well, coming together and say, hey, let's try a Valorant tournament for fun. And now it's their organization, which earlier had them as their CS:GO team, now finally saying, you know what, we are confident enough to put our brand with you guys and have you officially represent us. So definitely the expectations are much higher, and they're also going to be feeling a bit more confident that, all right, we've got the team backing us now. They put in the time, they put in the effort, and as you rightly pointed out, this is still just the upper bracket finals, folks. This is not the grand finals. The loser will actually go down to today. This match will happen tomorrow, right before the grand final. So if you want more details on the format, you can check out the brackets for Series 2 on our website. If you're interested in playing yourselves, Series 3 registrations are live. But for now, let's get into the game. First map, Velocity Gaming on defense, Global Esports on attack. Apollonia, take it away.
Oh, this looks really interesting because Antidote this time will be holding the Frenzy, and if it's anything about that particular pistol, we have seen it on Hika from Noble Esports. So let's see if Antidote will frag out of his mind this first round. But dashing in Antidote, he does find the first kill. That's going to be a headshot onto Deathmaker, taking out one of the better players on the side of Global Esports. 4 members left. They have a lot to take on. EXCEELI finds Kappa. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Hellranger steps up, and it's down to a 3v3 with Hellranger with only a tick of health. But Hellfighter just going to move right to Ace with the backstab. And the spike has been retrieved to a 1v2 situation. And this looks really spicy. Off to a great start here on Split Cap.
Yeah, Skills in a slightly tricky situation. I don't think they expected to get pushed up mid so much so early on. Boombot going on. I'm not sure Skill realized Omen there, but not going to find him as Right Ace is going to get the triple. And this is the perfect start for Velocity Gaming. GE, they would have been hoping for something a little better, I would say. At least maybe get a plant down. And I think they all just sort of got caught in that mid trap and just kept pushing. And, the long range duels didn't work out. Antidote really made that frenzy count for sure.
Yeah.
That's a priceless first blood.
The Frenzy, that has got to be one of my favorite pistols. The recoil is just so high on that pistol, but players who manage to make it work, it's just absolutely nuts. If that suits your playstyle, by all means, you can go with it. But this is going to be EXCEELI here on the Raze, and we can see it's a bang similar composition. Agent picks right down to the T, and this is where Velocity Gaming, they've got to rake their brains because teams are looking at the strategy and they're trying to mimic it. But EXCEELI gets flashed and Hellfighter takes him down. This is an equal round for Global Esports as they take down 3 members, 2v2 situation. Velocity Gaming should have the upper hand with the guns, but Global Esports, they've definitely picked up weapons for themselves. Now Deathmaker just going to pull it back with 60 HP to spare. A little bit rocky here for Global Esports. They don't have the best amount of health, but this is Vibor. He's still alive, and we have nicknamed him the man of defense.
Definitely. I think, that double kill coming in from Amaterasu in particular was crucial in, sort of holding off that push. Otherwise, I think they could have just burst onto B site from heaven early on. It's actually
30
forced them
seconds
to go
left.
back, and they seem to have an empty A site they're moving towards. It's still a relatively, slow push. They don't want to take
One
any
enemy
chances.
remaining.
And it seems like Deathmaker got picked off by right to ace, and what looked like an potentially easy plant and
seconds left.
hold
Planted.
is now much more difficult. All comes down to Hellranger, whether he's gonna be able to out aim right to ace, whether right to ace is actually going to wait for it should be Vibhor on the Cypher, because a 2v1, he's only got the Sheriff. It's not going to be easy for him, and they're actually going from the same side. Extremely smart, not giving him 2 duels rather than 1 2v1 duel. Oh, he gets the paranoia. He's not going to manage to pick anybody off. He's gone behind the smoke, but right to ace. Smart to spam. And there is enough time, just enough time for the defuse as Velocity make it 2-0.
Now Hellranger there, trying to clutch that out. It was an equal round for Global Esports. The fact that they did manage to get the spike plant off, as well as take down 3 members, I think that's really worth for the economy. And you can see here, the full buys are coming out. A bunch of Phantoms, Vandals. We're not going to see an op just yet. But in any case, I do think that Antidote is saving up for it. 2-0 Global Esports, the first 2 rounds, it's kind of give and take. We have seen teams just bounce back because the pistol rounds and the eco round following doesn't quite define those teams. And, if you're talking about Global Esports, they have Deathmaker, one of the craziest players that we have ever seen, ranking, I believe, what was first place in the MVP boards for Series 1. And he had 49 kills, the most that we have ever seen in a single round. But that's going to be Antidote finding the kill on Hellfighter. EXCEELI as well gets a pick off, but Deathmaker just lurking around in A main, coming up the ramp, and he takes out a chunk of health from Antidote. Dark cover is thrown from the side of Velocity Gaming just to stop that push. Now the spike being carried over to the A site. It seems like Global Esports, they have a plan for the A push. Hellranger will be lurking around closer to B, hopefully to look for, a pick-off or 2 just to ease off the tension.
Absolutely, I think Global Esports, they're in a tricky spot. The first gun round comes around, and they only get some damage off. They don't get pick-offs. They lose 2 members extremely early on. That actually forces them to a much slower approach. Now I think Hellranger's going into B side, whether he's going to see
30
someone or not.
seconds left.
The raise is waiting there for him. Hellranger's going to find the pick-off. And that's going to mean the breach is going to be running into site real quick. He should have gotten the blind off, but Vibhor was smart to take cover. He gets flashed again, but Vibhor through the flash is going to find Hellranger. Antidote's going to find Deathmaker as Kappa gets the kill, and he has just about enough time to get the plant. Extremely crucial, not much money in this large scheme of things, but gives them a chance for Kappa to maybe get some post-plant kills, and all of them are moving down from heaven. This is an extremely odd setup. I would have expected at least one of them to come back here from CT. That gives Kappa some sort of chance. But as soon as he goes through here, he's going to get spotted out. As somebody above him, right to ace, is going to punish him for not checking that angle. As it's going to be 3-0 to Velocity.
Indeed, I thought Kappa was actually going to circle around because, if you technically take a look at the X-ray and the minimap, he could have backstabbed him, but, we can think of the better ways a player can,
he doesn't have the same information. Yeah,
he doesn't have that, but could you just imagine if he went from the back and just picked up those kills, bought a little bit more time, but the pressure is high and you can see it most definitely, and Global Esports investing in those gun buys only to just, kind of give up the round. That might just force them to go for another eco. So Velocity Gaming, they're pretty comfortable where they are right now. And we do
Yeah,
see two ultimates
but
ready.
but one thing you have to notice is even though global esports have lost 3 rounds in a row, they've made them expensive for Velocity, right? You don't see anybody sitting on near max cash, which they potentially could be at this point, considering
Yep.
they've gone 3-0, right? So they've lost at least 2 to 3 members every single round, right? So it's something that global esports is making sure, even when they do lose members early on, they're not saving. They're still trying to make the most of every round. And Velocity, they're not as comfortable as they would have hoped to be at 3-0. But the 3-round cushion is definitely something to be happy about, given this is global esports' pick, right? And global esports, like Velocity, are also a very aggressive attack-focused team. So you'd expect them to do well on attack, or at least sort of set the tone, right? So global esports, they're going to be thinking, look, we need to turn this around. We need at least 6 or 7 rounds on attack.
Guarding here.
Otherwise, this is going to get very, very difficult against a team like Velocity.
Indeed, both these teams just going head to head. There is a very strong rivalry, one could say. But, I think you explained it really well, how Velocity Gaming stands as well as global esports. The one thing about Velocity Gaming, which, we haven't seen many teams come close to, is having, consistency throughout all members on the team. So for Velocity, if any members do fall, they're not alive that particular round, they've been picked off, they can still rely on one another for defense or to continue the attack. And I think the fact that Velocity Gaming doesn't quite have one particular member that has raked up the most number of MVPs, I think it kind of shows, because their MVP spot for every match is shared amongst all members. That's just how proficient that they are. As for global esports, they kind of function differently. How global esports, have maintained their victories is through finding frags with, their duelists. You have skills, and you have Deathmaker. Once they get a few pickoffs, global esports will move as a unit to carry out their task. Whether if it's to attack or to defend, based on the pickoffs and everything, they're going to decide the next move. So, there are pros and cons for both sides, but I do think that on paper and through a track record, Velocity Gaming, they have the definite advantage and edge.
Absolutely. For those of you watching, if you're wondering why are we still paused, both teams are allowed up to 5 minutes of a tactical timeout, which the admin team moderate on the back end. So I think Global Esports had, just taken some time to reset, blow off some steam, yell at each other, and, just be a goldfish and, forget, what happened. Or it seems that one player had also DC'd. So we are back now, 3-0, Global Esports. They have no guns this round. So I'm going to be... I don't... Oh, they've gone for the half buy. Interesting.
Half buy, yeah. So they've got to make this work, Cap.
Yeah, they're like, look, we don't want to give up another round at this point. These are, of course, top tier players. So for them and SMG, they're still going to land those headshots. It seems like they are lining up for the B push here. Only there are 3 members, so they are fully protected here. Vibor, he's going to cross over. One gets spotted. Amaterasu is going to find Deathmaker. The flash doesn't find Vibor, as Skills is going to get EXCEELI, and it seems like they are on side. Breach gets taken down with the spike here, as Vibor is going to find one more. He's going to find the third. No! Reload comes in, but Right to Ace is there to clean up house. Another round for Velocity Gaming, but GE again made it expensive. They went, just 2 members alive.
Vibor, he is that player who is, super active when it comes to, putting himself out there, outside of game. So Vibor, I feel that he does go around very underrated, but this is why Vibor is a very crucial part of Velocity Gaming. That reload there, not gonna, that didn't do him any justice. But picking up those 2 kills as well as the placement of that cage really messed up the plans of global esports. So, Vibor stepping up once again when it's needed for the side of the defenders.
Absolutely. Vibor, I think, is also the youngest member on the squad there for VLT. Really stepping up, not just now, but throughout Series 1 and Series 2 this time around. We see a much different approach. They're actually clearing out vents and top mid. The spike is actually left behind. So they don't want to take chances like last time where the spike carrier got taken down on the side. Is the Omen actually going to find Deathmaker? Is Deathmaker going to be quick enough? And Deathmaker finds the first pick off. And now you are going to see the quick rotates coming in. Antidote is hiding. He's going to find Helef as he gets that first kill here. He's going to go in aggressive. He's going to try and find the breach. I don't think he's seen him yet, but that ability has given him away as Kappa is going to out-aim him. 2v3 in favor of Global Esports. The first time they've really had any momentum. I think the neural theft has given away their position as their rotate to B is not as uncontested as they were going to hope to be. Amaterasu is there waiting for skills as he lands, pops his head off. 2v2, 15 seconds left, and just like that, Global Esports is
10 seconds
what
left.
could have been seen as a round in the bank is not so easy anymore. Beautiful use of the ultimate there by Breach. He's gonna prevent the plant.
Wow!
As Velocity Gaming, extremely smart play, not going in and risking losing more members. This is why the really good players this is how rather the really good players are different from just the raw aimers in Valorant, folks. Beautiful smart play coming out from VLT. Antidote did a good job of holding the push, otherwise they would have lost A site. And GE, they should have actually probably pivoted after the neural theft, right? They kept going in that same direction, and it is very, very difficult coming in from them.
That was absolutely mad. That play was insane. It was perfectly timed. He didn't just blast the ultimate right away. He kind of wait for this really good timing, but bad for GE. But we're gonna move on to this next round. Amaterasu just really pulling it back for Velocity Gaming. 5-0, 5-round lead. They're defenders. They're in a very comfortable spot, and this is EXCEELI just pulling it back a little bit here. Not wanting to get caught, and Vibor with the defense once again finds the hitshot onto Skills, who has been having a little bit of a tough time getting a footing in this match. Now Deathmaker, he has the Blade Storm on hand, 79 HP, and he's gonna meet his first target. That is one kill. Just toss the Cloudburst. Spike has been planted. This is a successful infiltration by Global Esports. They have figured out what it takes and what it is they have to do to get this far. And if anything, and if Global Esports isn't as strong on attack, this is a step into progress. Antidote gonna be found by Kappa. That's gonna be a double kill. Kappa taken out by Vibor. 2v2 situation. That's gonna be a triple for Vibor as he falls. 1v1, and Hellfighter comes out on top, taking down right to Ace. And that is the first round for Global Esports.
Yeah, extremely important to pick up the round. They've, lost a lot of time already in this first half. 5-1 is not a position you want to be in. And I was a bit surprised, with the slow push onto site. Given the Rays had already gotten there so fast, they sort of just, took their time coming in. And Vibor, once again, as we mentioned, coming up huge when he's required, that triple kill. Now, here's what's gonna happen. The loss bonus is gone on Global Esports.
Indeed, and that's
an aggressive push coming in, right? This is defenders making sure they actually don't give any time for GE to reset and work out a game plan. This is extremely smart play coming because Global Esports is not going to expect Velocity, to be this aggressive. They expect a bit more respect. This is something you'd see against when you have a skill mismatch in one of the earlier rounds of the tournament. But here it definitely catches them off guard. Right to Ace, he's coming in, he's gonna find the one. Very crucial. He's gonna teleport across, and is he gonna be able to aim in time? No, Deathmaker's gonna pick him off, but EXCEELI's there for the trade. Kappa trades off again, as it is a 3v2. They are on site. The breach Is he going to start planting? Yes, he is. Finally. Nope, still taking his time, waiting for the raise to actually come in. Amaterasu just about missing the raise. Skills is gonna find the kill there, but oh, that's a double for Skills. Suddenly, GE turning it around. What started off like a potentially disastrous round here for Global Esports, folks, has turned around into a potential. But Vibhor with that beautiful peek off, he knows where Skills is gonna peek from. The nade also giving it away. Vibhor sees him, but ooh, I think the body ragdoll is just getting in his way here. Raze coming in with the ultimate, and it's going to connect. Skills with a massive play, giving Global Esports their second round and making sure that economy doesn't reset and keeping him in the fight.
Indeed, that was a really good round, and you know, Vibor, the way he approached the ending there, trying to clutch it out for Velocity Gaming, it was a really good move. But Skills there, he had the ultimate, he had the double satchel. You pretty much can't run at this point, and you know, Skills, he's really accurate when it comes to, you know, picking off those last kills. Showstopper, it covers such a huge area, so Vibor, good chance and good try there. But Skills ultimately came out on top. Now, Global Esports with 2 rounds. Hopefully, this gives them a little bit more momentum to try and challenge the defending champions. We do see a bunch of light armors from the side of defenders going for these half buys. Deathmaker will be the first one to find EXCEELI, and Global Esports looking particularly strong with the man advantage because it's down to the nitty-gritty. It's down to the small things when competition is so heavy. Vibor, Kappa, trading 1-for-1. Global Esports still with the man advantage. This is going to be Amaterasu moving into B tower. Looking for that kill. Spray goes off, and he's going to find his clone. That's Kappa being taken out. Now, Kappa, as a player, I do feel that he is really good when it comes to aim duels, but when it comes to movement, it might be a little bit more questionable there. Nonetheless, this is going to be Amaterasu dropping more flashes, just completely confusing Global Esports, and that's going to be a kill. One after the other. Hellfighter just running to the rescue. Took a while for the rotation. Spike has been planted, and that is going to be the last pick-off. Thrifty round for Velocity Gaming.
Beautiful stuff there. You know, that was a brilliant site retake coming in from Velocity. The use of all the breach ultimates by by Amaterasu were perfect. It forced the players out onto one side while Antidote got behind them, right to ace, and Antidote essentially just sandwiched them. And Helef, a bit of a rookie mistake, didn't really check that corner below him. And you know, 6-2. Not where you want to be, where Global Esports. I think now is when a little bit of panic is going to start setting in. Again, aggressive push coming in from EXCEELI. The Showstopper is going to find Deathmaker here again. You know, they're just catching Global Esports off guard. Antidote is going to find a pushing Skills in middle. In Garage, Helef's going to find the kill, but gets traded off. Hellranger's there to trade off right to ace again, as we're down to a 2v3 with a minute and 15 left in this 9th round. Global Esports, they gotta go max speed now. They cannot let go of this little bit of momentum they had, but Amaterasu is having none of that.
Oh, Hellranger. It's just him against the world. That's gonna be the fault line coming out from Amaterasu. Hellranger with the teleport, and this is a classic Omen play. Basic strategy, but very effective. Now the plant is down. That's going to be extra cash in the bank for Global Esports. So a little bit of a silver lining. Just going to take out Vibor's spy cam. Hellranger just backing away into a spot that might actually catch Velocity Gaming by surprise. Now we do see the cage come up, but Amaterasu just kind of figures that out. Hellranger does get 1 kill, but that's going to be Vibor, the man of defense, stepping up once again, and Velocity Gaming with a comfortable 7 rounds taken. They're even going to share the defuse there, Cap.
Yeah, you know, again, it's a ground in the bank for Velocity, but when we did see GE pick up the win, just after 2 wins, Velocity's bank was broken because they're losing at least 3 or 4 members almost every single round, right? So Global Esports is making them spend their money on guns and armor every round, and that's probably the only silver lining they've got left at this point. But, you know, Velocity are looking a class apart so far. GE, they're just finding it hard to keep up right now. and they're really gonna have to take the time
Get
at
out of my
halftime
way.
to really rework their approach to this match. Otherwise, I see them going down 1-0 in this series.
Indeed, you can see a few areas where Global Esports isn't exactly executing this composition as strong as Velocity Gaming. It could also be the different sides. But generally, when we do look at Velocity Gaming and their compositions, they always want a very balanced mix of agents. And we do see the Rolling Thunder coming out. Deathmaker just going to dodge it. His health was taken down by the nade thrown by EXCEELI, but that's going to be a kill from Vibor and Antidote. Global Esports back into a tough spot. Vibor gets exposed. He's taken down. EXCEELI right to Ace. They both find the kill, and the last man standing is Hellfighter right to Ace. Wraps that up. The Sova main, this time on Omen. And that just shows that, hey, I may be good at a particular agent, but if my team needs the utility from a different one, I'm still going to pick that up. I'm still going to use it and contribute to my team.
Absolutely. Split is not really a map where you have too many recon dart options, and that's why they've gone without the Sova this time round. And Right to Ace, as you rightfully mentioned, has shown he's a versatile player. He can do whatever the team needs. And once again, aggressive push coming in. Is he going to find the second? No, as Deathmaker is going to get the pick off onto EXCEELI. The ultimate coming in. Dashes away to safety and just about gets out. And he's going to have the breach pushing in and flicks to the head as Amaterasu falls. It is just the one man remaining on defense. This is a quick push coming in from Global Esports as they are going to end, hopeful of making it an 8-3. 8-4 first half.
Right, you can't expect perfection out of a team, and you can't see that, this was a round where Global Esports just completely took Velocity Gaming unknowingly. But that's going to be right to Ace with 56 HP. Last man standing, Spike is ticking. I would suggest that he should go for the save, but, right to Ace, he doesn't shy away from tough situations. We have seen some amazing clutches. I remember back in Series 1, but the teleport is here, right to Ace on the Omen. 56 HP, but skills is going to stop him. You're not going to be flashy. Not against us. Not today.
Absolutely. GE finally, expected that push coming in. Still lost the first man early on, but were able to turn it around after that. And, they're going to be kicking themselves for, not expecting Velocity to do cheeky pushes like that after the first one. I think that's the third or fourth time they pushed and gotten a pick off early on. And, we could have easily seen something close to a 5-7 or a 6-6 in this first half. But now the best they can hope for is an 8-4, heavily stacked A push coming in. And look at this again, 4 members between mid and vents. So this is a clear aggressive positioning from Velocity. Fast break onto site coming in from Global Esports. They are onto A. They're going to get the plant off. And believe it or not, folks, you're looking at a 5v5 site retake. Jet goes in aggressive, takes out Antidote.
He just pushed and sprayed. He knew the Antidote was there. He heard the op shot. But that's going to leave Velocity Gaming a man down. Spike has been planted. This is going to be a spicy retake in the last round before the swap right to Ace. Stepping up, just compensating for what happened the last time around. Vibor chimes in as well. And Global Esports down to the last members. Right to Ace finds a triple. And EXCEELI with the cleanup. And that is going to be Velocity Gaming ending off this first half with 8 rounds for themselves, and that is going to be 9 actually. Wow. So what do you think about this first half? Velocity Gaming just so strong in defense. Do you think Global Esports could definitely, pull it back now that the side swap is going to happen?
Like I said, Global Esports, they couldn't handle the aggression coming in from Velocity because, you don't really expect when you're at this skill tier for the defenders to push out. Now, whether they're going to try and give Velocity a taste of their own medicine or once again let Velocity sort of dictate how the play is going to go is what's going to really define this second half for us.
Now with only 8 seconds, we're gonna start this off. It's gonna be a pistol round. Let's just pull out the scoreboard, and we can see right to a 16 kills just stepping up there. A bunch of ghosts, and Kappa gonna have a frenzy this time. And you know me, I love frenzies, but let's see ultimately what both these teams can do. Hellranger affected by the fault line, but he's gonna be safe as a dark cover. They probably don't really have a clue where he is. EXCEELI with the boombot invested in that, and hopefully this comes of use. Now the flash does connect for a bit onto EXCEELI. Both sides, Global Esports, pretty spread out, but we can see it is heavily stacked towards the side of B. It's almost like they are expecting this push, and we do see the rotation in between B and the middle part of this map. Now, Split being a very defense-favored map, it is tough to attack. And this time, I'm very interested to see how Velocity Gaming is going to approach this. They are very aware of how they should use their abilities in combos and how it should work. But we just saw Right to Ace throw out that dark cover. He's covering all entrances. This is the setup. And Antidote with the dash in. And around the corner, that's going to be a Hellfighter. He finds two! And one was a headshot. Skills chimes in. And that's a triple for Skills. That was all Cypher and Raze. Hellfighter and Skills respectively. Brilliant defense on the side of B.
That was, played to perfection. He lost out one of his Cypher cages, unfortunately.
This goes here.
Not the cage, the trap. But his cage at the start of the tunnel really forced them out, and unfortunately because of the Raze grenade they couldn't push through and take him out, so he was perfectly positioned and Skills came in for the crossfire. So it's kind of like the stars aligned for them, but if there was a sign that yes, we can turn this around, a flawless first round in the second half is definitely what GE were looking for.
Indeed, and if you did catch a glimpse of the scoreboard, the KDA ratios on the side of Global Esports, they're not doing too well, and I do believe that the rounds speak for themselves because Velocity Gaming, they're just overall more consistent. One thing about Velocity is that they are great with mind games. And I do believe that, a lot of the credit goes to Amaterasu for calling it out, but the execution, it's a great team effort from the side of Velocity Gaming. Now, Deathmaker finds a double kill. Velocity Gaming with the eco. But that's going to be another return of 2 kills. That was just great defense from Deathmaker himself. Now, Skills picks up Antidote, and Velocity Gaming, eco round. They did manage to take down 2 members, but it is a wrap. And that's going to be 5 rounds for Global Esports as they look to bounce back on this map.
Absolutely. GE definitely turning around. Deathmaker, extremely crucial double kill there for him. Without that, they would have lost the site without a doubt. So, huge stuff coming in from them, and it seems like they seem to be a bit more comfortable here when it comes to defending on Split as compared to attacking. Right, their setups are in order, their rotations are quick and precise. So, it's good stuff coming in that they are putting out. And look at this, they know the economy is going to be not too well right now. So, a few aggressive peaks coming. I think Jet would have seen the push coming in towards A, and Vibhor's going to get Deathmaker, unfortunately, as Hellfighter is now going to have to turn around. He does spot one out. Does he know that there are 2 there now? But the quick rotates have coming, and Jet's actually waiting for the Raze rotate as Skills is going to fall. B is going to be clear, and you're going to see a mass exodus of players from Velocity Gaming from A site as they move towards B. Now, Hellfighter, he's going to be the first one there. Is he going to position himself in heaven and try and get some information quietly? He does have the Raze. Oh god, I feel so bad. He turned away at the wrong time. Raze is going to potentially take him out, and EXCEELI gets that crucial kill that is going to stop this momentum train for Global Esports. Looks like a very difficult retake. This is the gun round.
Oh, Kappa, he's rushing for this, and that flash actually does connect, and he's going to take down Vibhor. And that is one of the strengths of Kappa when it comes to just 1v1 battles, but this time Amaterasu is just going to come out on top. Global Esports with Hellranger, last man standing, he's going to go for the save. But this is the thing about Velocity Gaming, they're able to think about how they want to approach the round. They realize their mistakes, they know what they're going to do, but this effectively in the second half of this first map, this is the full buy. So they're definitely making it count. And the spike will go boom. That's going to be double digits for Velocity Gaming. Now, I just want to shed some light on, we were talking about team strategy and whatnot. So Velocity Gaming being able to pull off rounds where their opponents consistently don't expect, it speaks volumes. What Global Esports has to do is figure out a number of different strategies and approaches to rounds. Sometimes you've got to be really well planned out. Sometimes you can just go for a blind bum rush, but you've got to figure out when is the right time. You've got to keep track of what the opponent could potentially be thinking about. And Velocity Gaming, it's impossible to get it perfect, and that's where Global Esports manages to get the rounds. But overall, they have done it consistently, and that is why they are double digits on the scoreboard now. But it's up to them to, continue the surprises, or Global Esports, they will catch on, because by no means are they inadequate. Global Esports, they are prepared, they know what to expect. And I think that's just the really cool part about it. Velocity Gaming so close to a victory, but that's going to be skills taking down Antidote. Kappa chimes in as well. Global Esports definitely stronger on the side of defense. We do see them picking up the first few frags as opposed to the first half here, Cap.
Absolutely. GE just hasn't been as versatile as Velocity has been in their approach. They don't have a fixed pattern. They don't have a fixed play. Every consecutive round is something different. So there's nothing that Global Esports can, set up for in particular or try and counter. Right. So now that they have lost 2 members early on, they are going in for the aim duels with, people pushing in together to try and get the trades. But it is very difficult. It is 3v5. Vibhor's going to be the first one in. He's going to get flashed, and from behind, Skills is going to take him down as Skills looks to get one more. The showstopper coming in. Triple kill for Skills. He's going to make 4. No, as Amaterasu is going to stop him. But Deathmaker comes in from behind. A great round from Global Esports, having just lost 2 rounds. They have not 2 rounds, just the 1 round. Having lost that round, they could have really hurt their economy had they not won this, or had they lost too many members. Right, so it's very important they actually mitigated that economy damage to themselves. And Skills came huge with that triple kill there.
Indeed, Skills just stepping up, and he is the newest addition to Global Esports. So, in Series 1, they were previously called God Squad, and they did a few roster changes here, and Skills is the newest one to join the team. And he's been fitting very nicely. It was like he was the missing piece for, the overall puzzle of Global Esports squad. And Skills there, just a good display of skill. As to, his name is pretty self-explanatory. Skills.
Mad Skills.
Mad Skills indeed. But
Right,
this
now
is gonna be Global
we've got
Esports,
Again, very heavily committed down the middle. Kappa is actually gonna stop them in heaven. I think between Kappa and Skills, they've got that covered. And that's a second kill there coming out, as Antidote's been forced to use the Jet ultimate in an attempt to try and salvage this. Amaterasu is stuck in no man's land. He's gonna get pushed. Skills gonna get one right to Ace with the trade. Deathmaker trades out right to Ace, and it is down just to Antidote here, who is looking to make it a 4-kill clutch. But the trade is there. The crossfires are in position, as Global Esports are looking so much stronger all of a sudden, folks.
Oh, Global Esports with the comebacks. And, we nicknamed them the Game Changers because Global Esports, they are that team that could potentially just throw Velocity Gaming off balance. But, there's still quite a way to go. And if anything, these rounds that have passed in this second half, in typical Velocity Gaming fashion, they should be coming back at this point. But if they don't actually take this round here, you can see the full buys. I think that is where they might be in a little bit of trouble. And, Velocity Gaming, they're not going to be that team that will be completely looked as the unbeatable team. Because all of their competitors are constantly looking for ways to chip at them and to figure out what works. But Hellranger there, despite getting blind, finds Antidote when Amaterasu gets a return kill. That's a really good trade-off, 1 for 1. That is fine. 10-7. Velocity Gaming approaching this attack very slowly, but Deathmaker is going to find EXCEELI. Velocity Gaming, a man down. Skills. He's going to pull it back. drops the reload, and the spike is in a safe spot. But they are going to approach this pretty slowly and concisely. And the attackers, they're not shying away from rotations. We can see that Amaterasu is off to the A side to kind of look for the opportunity. I don't think they're going to force the issue here. They might just go for the save where they can. Definitely Velocity Gaming, we can see that they are trying to approach this a little bit more calculated. It's not impossible yet, 3v4.
30 seconds
Let's
left.
see what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but it's definitely not easy. 26 seconds, they're not overcommitting, but I think they might be going in for an A rush. Here, they've got 15 seconds left. The quick rotates coming in. Cypher and Jet are in position. And with 11 seconds left, they're really going to have to work it fast. Helef is going to get the kill onto Amaterasu, but they're going to be on site to get the spike down. No! As Deathmaker is going to find the kill onto right to Ace with the wall bang as Vibhor comes in. Oh, sorry, not Vibhor. Vibhor is unable to find his man either. 10-8, folks. Global Esports is back in it. I did not think we would be in this situation the way the first half went, Apollonia. But, you know, GE is showing why they are considered the second best team in the country behind Velocity, our reigning champions.
Indeed, the game changes here. They're looking to make a difference. And it does look like a little bit of a tactical pause, or, you know, it might be an unfortunate disconnection. But nonetheless, here we have the scoreboard. You see Skills and Deathmaker, 15 kills. Pretty much what the duelists are meant to do. On the side of Velocity Gaming, right to A still leading at the top. It will be an equal round for Velocity. So, good choice here. They could give away this round. Global Esports will get a total of 9 points. And Velocity could try to pick up from where they left off. But I do believe that, you know, they came into this second half only picking up one round. You know, they ended the first half with 9, and now it's only been 10. Global Esports just raking that up, and Split being a very defense-favored map. You know, that is bound to happen. But you've got to take rounds on both sides.
Absolutely. You know, it is a game of two halves, unless you're the kind of team that goes, you know, 12-0 in the first half, and then is like, you know what, we'll figure out one round eventually. Right. We've seen a lot of great comebacks throughout the course of, you know, the LG Ultragear Challenger Series 1 and 2. No surprise, Team Tamilas has been heavily involved in a bunch of those. So, you know, Global Esports definitely knows it's on the cards. It's not impossible. And they've clearly not lost their spirit, right? And, you know, we spoke about Hellranger being their IGL, calling the shots. And it's very important for your in-game leader to maintain that, you know, slightly calm environment, or at least get people motivated in the right way, right? Make sure they don't lose hope. But they still have their head in the game. Now, we're back in the game. Velocity looking for a Park A push, and it seems that, you know, they are playing a bit loose with their setup, Global Esports. They have folks over in mid and A, but look at that fast push coming in. Deathmaker's going to find Vibhor, as a couple of them, excuse me, are actually going to get on the side early on. And EXCEELI, he is going aggressive there and finds the showstopper. Beautiful stuff coming in. The nade will also connect and get a lot of damage in. Fighter. Oof.
Oh my goodness, Cap. Triple kill by EXCEELI. Oh, Skills. Stepping back up. It's a battle of the razors. He did find a nade kill and a gun kill. Amaterasu picks up the kill on Skills. Left to stand will be the last member, Kappa, on the side of Global Esports. This is where he should, you know, try to really step up, clutch this one for his team, but right to Ace, pops out from heaven, picks up that kill, and that's going to be Velocity Gaming with 11 rounds. So, you know, Velocity bouncing back in that round where they didn't really have as superior buys. They even had a bunch of light armors on their side. That was a really good round.
It was very clearly, you know, let's buy something. Let's rush site and hold it off after the plant and see what happens. Right? They didn't really have more of a game plan beyond that, but it worked out really well, mainly because the Omen was not there covering long. right? You saw the Omen actually rotate towards CT spawn to try and get that smoke off to assist them with garage and mid, and I think that cost them. Most teams have an operator covering this angle, and we see Global Esports not doing that, and it is a repeat. If it works, keep doing it. Antidote's gonna find Hellranger again as they look for a fast plant onto A site again with the numerical advantage as well this time. Velocity Gaming has had enough, folks. They don't want to give Global Esports even a glimmer of hope as Hellfighter's gonna come in, level up the numbers for them. The neural theft has come in. That's gonna be very, very useful with this retake. They have a bit more information. The showstopper from Skilled. That's his second kill. Kappa's gonna find Amaterasu, and they're gonna find Vibhor as well. Deathmaker not able to hold off on his own. Global Esports with the perfect retake at the perfect time. They are back in it, 11-9. It was game over if you ask me, had they lost this round again.
This is such a close match, so fitting for the finals. But the way Global Esports approached that round, they were very careful. Hellfighter as well, dropping that neural theft was really useful. They had an idea of where everybody was, and they just closed down right onto them. And Antidote,
Absolutely.
yeah, he got caught off by that.
The neural theft, it's very undervalued. It is priceless in a retake situation like this where it's not early game. The stakes are high. Velocity would have been on map point had they got that down. So that gave them that extra bit of confidence, that little bit of extra information that said, all right, Raze, you ult there, everybody else, you got to focus on these two corners only, right? It removes that uncertainty from the retake, and that's probably one of the most crucial neural thefts we've seen all tournament coming out. And Global Esports still down 11-9, but a lot more manageable, because once you're at 12-8, the pressure is way higher, right? You have no margin for error at all. Right now they still do have that little bit of breathing room, but of course their strategy is going to be in it to win it every single round.
Indeed, and I think what is not talked about enough is the fact that Global Esports is trying to climb their way back. They're looking for the comeback. And, to be able to get into that headspace and pull off consistency when, it's kind of like everything is against you. Velocity Gaming, they are 2 rounds away from a victory. But Global Esports, they're doing everything in their power to just stop that. And I think that's really commendable about them as a team. And as for the side of Velocity Gaming, I think they are definitely shaking a little bit. But, it still doesn't negate the fact that they are a strong team and they still have what it takes to close it out early. It could go either way. It just depends on which team steps up before the other, before it's too late. It could depend on the day, who's having a great day. And, we can see that Global Esports, they came to fight. They're ready to fight. It's not the grand finals yet, guys. Remember, this is the upper bracket finals. So the losing team will have a second chance, and we will watch that match tomorrow. Now, back into the game. This is going to be Deathmaker with the AWP very much ready. And Velocity Gaming, did they go for half buys? I do believe. And Deathmaker finds the kill on right to Ace, but Hellranger's there to just back him up. Takes out the head of the Cypher. Now, Amaterasu and his 2 buddies. The IGL just eating his team. What are they going to do in a situation like this? 3v5, 2-man down. Less superior guns. Velocity Gaming. Let's see if they can take a couple of lives for themselves.
Absolutely. At this point, it's like, can we hurt their economy a little bit? There we see the operator nerf in place, but Deathmaker really beautifully using the ghost there, comes in with his 3rd kill as EXCEELI pushes back, but he's gonna run into the bullets from Skills. Is that another flawless round, if I'm not mistaken, coming out from Global Esports? Extremely important to protect the economy at this point, because they don't want to be in a situation where they lose a round and go into map points without full buys, right? 11-10, and suddenly it is anybody's game now. I cannot call it either way. I'm not that brave. I'm not gonna say one over the other. I don't know about you guys in chat, but this can easily go either way. It's just a flip of a coin now. Both teams showing why they're considered the top 2 teams in the country. And Skills going in aggressive, giving Velocity a taste of their own medicine. They definitely weren't expecting that one. But in doing so, Global Esports seem to have left a big gaping hole in their mid defense. They've lost control of vents and mid alleyway as Velocity is looking to position themselves, but decided not to go into towards A site because they had the Cypher there waiting for them. Hellfighter still thinking about it. Slow approach coming in after being a man down. Velocity, they don't want to throw this because once they lose this round, 11-11, it's a whole different ball game, folks. Right now, they're still comfortable. Okay, you know, we have one round. It's all right. But they've been saying that for this whole half. And see what that's gotten them. Quick push coming in after the abilities into A. But Breach, Kappa with a beautiful flash. He's going to find EXCEELI as Right Ace is going to find Skills. He's going to jump down and find Kappa as well, Antidote. And it looks like they're finally onto site, but the spike is not gone down. It has, finally. As Global Esports looking to position themselves for a retake coming in. Cypher's gonna be quick to peek. Hellfighter's gonna find Amaterasu 3v2. Antidote is hugging that box. He's gonna find one. First down. Second, he looks away at the wrong time. Hellranger and Deathmaker clean up as Global Esports, folks, have tied things up. 11-11. We have a match on our hands.
Very even Stevens, but Global Esports with an amazing comeback from what it was 9-3. They ended the first half with only 3 rounds, and in the second half they just bounced back, bringing the scoreboard 11-11. If that is anything, I think it speaks volumes about Global Esports and the fighting spirit that they have. Definitely giving Velocity Gaming a tough time. You know, the defending champions, they're going to do everything that they can to keep the title. And Global Esports just chipping away. Now, at this point, you know, you said you're not going to predict. Neither am I, because both these teams are just so good. And it's kind of like, you know, the team that pulls off the best amount of consistency and the best performance, they deserve to win. So, you know, favorites aside and all of that, at this point, both teams going head-to-head. This is a spicy match. This is an exhilarating one to start off the day. It is early in the afternoon. This is just amazing. But Antidote there, pulling out the Blade Storm. He's very much ready. They're going to charge in. It looks like it might be a push for B, but it is Velocity Gaming. It could be anything. Great with the rotations, always changing things up. Deathmaker this time with the Operator, the gun that he is most comfortable with. We have seen insane highlights from Deathmaker himself. And there it is. He gets that information, finds the first kill onto EXCEELI, dashes away into safety. Just going to drop a Cloud Burst, get that reposition. Good choice. And that is, you know, generally the playstyle of Jets. And both Antidote and Deathmaker on the different sides, they're really good with these particular agents. But Deathmaker this time going to have the Blade Storm, and Skills will find Antidote. Deathmaker still looking for a kill, but he is going to be impaired. And Vibor picks up the last kill, but that leaves Global Esports with 2 members. Velocity Gaming bouncing back. They don't like the fact that Global Esports have made the comeback. But Hellranger, he's fighting. He got that information. Good prediction. Hellfighter just chiming in. And Velocity Gaming down to just right to ace. Last man standing, protecting the spike. He's going to give off an audio cue to completely bamboozle them, but Hellfighter, he's too quick. Finds a headshot, and Global Esports will find themselves with the 1-round lead. First time in this map number 1.
And what a time to get that lead. Map point as Global Esports just about sneak ahead. I can guarantee you neither of us or the 1900 of you guys watching in chat ever thought we'd be in a situation where Global Esports gets onto map point before Velocity Gaming. But, you know, goes to show that the composure, the concentration, the hard work that Global Esports put in has really paid off. They are going toe-to-toe here with Velocity Gaming, folks. And boy, oh boy, this is definitely a match worthy of the finals. But remember, it can still very well be the finals because this is a best of 3 series. So this is not all. We got potentially 2 more maps after this. And then the loser of this goes to the lower bracket to see whether or not they can come back and earn a spot in the finals. But boy, oh boy, are we in for a treat with this BO3 series, ladies and gentlemen. Global Esports. They finished the first half down 9-3, and they have brought it back to 11-12 in their favor. What a performance.
Indeed, it's just been so great for global esports, just showing us their strength, their power, and the fact that they are very worthy opponents to be taking on Velocity Gaming, the defending champions. But we're going to move on into this next round. It could be more time for Velocity Gaming to come back, or it could be the end and global esports will take map number 1 for themselves. Now, this has happened before. Velocity Gaming, they've dropped a map once before to the previous team. That pretty much makes up global esports. That was God Squad at the time. And Velocity Gaming, if anything, they do come back on different maps. But global esports, they took Haven the last time around. This time they're gonna take Split. And Velocity Gaming, they should be scared as Hellraiser and Skills both find the first kills, and it's leaning heavily in favor of the defenders. EXCEELI chimes in, but there's gonna be a 1-for-1 kill between the Razors. Amaterasu takes down Hellraiser. He's just gonna back away. Last man standing, and that is a wrap. As global esports take map number 1 in this upper bracket finals over Velocity Gaming.
Oh my god,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, I still cannot believe what we just saw. Global Esports, I can guarantee you their bootcamp, right now is shouting, yelling, jumping, probably keyboards in the air. This was a bit of a fun moment. The showstoppers from the days is coming out for the trade. But Global Esports has definitely done themselves proud. Up 1-0 in this best of 3 series, and just look at that performance. Deathmaker, 22 kills. Skills, what a crucial player he has been for them. So many rounds, even when he wasn't in a clutch situation, he set up Global Esports, for the win with a double, triple kill, stopping pushes, stopping rotations, and he is their unsung hero, even though he's not top of the leaderboard right now, right? So solid performance coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Global Esports. If there was ever a situation where Velocity was, made to question that whether we truly are the best in India, this is it. Upper bracket finals, not even the grand finals, and Velocity Gaming have dropped another map. So this is the second time they've dropped a map. Last time around they came back, but now we will be going to their map. Pick, right, which is Ascent, right? So it's going to be very interesting. But before that, let's take a look at the AMD Relive the Moments. Apollonia, what do you think of this first matchup?
Okay, so when this game first started, in my head I was thinking, okay, this is Split. It's a very defense-favored map, and most of the teams that we have seen throughout the course of the tournament, if they start out on the side of defense, they're gonna have a great time. But when the side swap happens, they have a lot to try and bounce back from the side of attack. Now, Velocity Gaming, they ended the first half 9-3. They had a good run. So in their head, what they had to do was take 4 rounds. But at Global Esports, in the side swap, when they were on defense, they made it impossible for Velocity to get just 4 rounds on the side of attack. And I think that speaks volumes. Just Global Esports able to just completely come back out of nothing. 3 rounds to 11, making it even on the board, and then 12 to match point and just wrapping it up. Global Esports, they have something in their mind. They know that they could beat Velocity Gaming, and they stuck to it. And it was kind of like, this is the first time, not the first time, but this is one of the instances where we see that Velocity Gaming couldn't try to figure things out and come back in that situation. It's kind of like a reminder that, hey, Velocity Gaming as a team, they're not indestructible. There are ways to beat them, and you just got to put in a lot of work, because it was not easy beating Velocity Gaming. They could easily go back to the drawing board and approach map 2 with an insane strategy. But you got to give credit where it's due, and that is Global Esports winning map number 1 with a beautiful performance, some flashy plays from many players like Deathmaker, Hellfighter, and Skills.
Yeah, I honestly, expected Global Esports to do more on the attack, right? But Velocity was just way too aggressive on defense, and I don't think Global Esports could wrap their heads around that. In return, Global Esports probably expected more aggression coming in from Velocity on attack, and you actually see Global Esports not attempting early peaks in the second half, right? They waited, they held more defensive angles rather than aggressive angles, which Velocity would have been expecting, and that's where they got off their kills. That's where they stopped the pushes. Especially with skills who came up with so many double triple kills, early on in the game or during rotates, just because of how GE was positioning themselves, and they didn't give in to Velocity's playstyle when they were defending, and I think that's why Global Esports were a bit more comfortable on defense. They only lost a couple of rounds where they were just bum rushed by Velocity because they didn't get into position in time. Other than that, I think it was a phenomenal work coming in from Global Esports. Their retakes were near perfect. I do not think Global Esports lost a single post plant round in that first half. Right, every time Velocity got the spike down, they won either by killing off GE. They didn't even let them attempt the defuse. Right, so it was fantastic.
Right, and throughout the course of this tournament, we always talk about unpredictability. If the enemy team has no idea what you're doing, there's no way that they can win. But you have to have an idea about what you are doing. If you're not sure about your plan, then it's just going to go right down into the ground. But Global Esports definitely stepping up, and this is why we nicknamed them the Game Changers, taking this map away from Velocity Gaming. It just speaks a lot of volumes, and congratulations GE for the first map win. We are very excited to see how Velocity Gaming is going to respond in their own map pick in map number 2. But first, we are going to go in for a break. Now, remember, Series 3 is live. Registrations are open. Link is in the description. You can click it, bring your friends, bring your buddies, join as a team, and we'll see you guys in Series 3. And hopefully we can cast you guys when y'all could be live here on stream. Now, also remember to like and subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. We are streaming right now the upper bracket of the finals, and later on in the evening, we will be streaming the lower bracket finals. So remember, it's not the grand finals, it is the road to that. We've come a long way in this tournament. So sit back, relax. We'll be back with you guys very shortly. Stick around.
My name is Bhavin Kotwani, also known as Hellranger from Global Esports. I used to go to my nanny's house or my mother's house, and all us cousins would, rent a Nintendo 64 and just play with each other. Well, with regards to my biggest struggles in esports, it would have to be the time when I just started playing. It was very hard to practice without, PCs or having the right kind of sponsorship. We, as a group of players, tried to come together with money to travel to events, tried to use all the prize monies to travel to events. That is something we did at that time. But I don't need to do anything to dominate my opponents because they already know in their head that even if they have the brawl, I have the brains, baby.
Securing a 3v3 right now. Global Esports back at a chance.
Put them to sleep.
Or an awful of mistimed play does not. The calls aren't going out.
Big good position, gets one. Oh, juice. Yeah, that's not gonna.
You thought you were safe.
Side that comes the big
Spot. And watch the angles, but Baker gets taken down, and that's going to be a double for Hellranger. As he throws up the paranoia, he heard the sound.
I will take back what is mine.
Doesn't matter if he's one of the stairs and the gun barrel is spotted by Hellranger where he gets killed right there on his front.
I used to be a very competitive guy because before gaming, I used to be a cricketer and I was playing for my state level and for the zone. Due to some personal reasons or something, I left cricket and I was going to the cafe gaming parlor every day. And the first struggle is to practice against a professional players. And the second struggle was the internet, because in Kolkata we don't have a very stable internet connection right now. And the third thing was the financial thing. My family was never supportive towards gaming. They didn't support me at all. My goals are pretty clear. What will I do? What will I become in the next 3 years and something like that. And the hunger to become the best. I would like to use my flashy game style in game to bamboozle my opponent. My name is Sabyasachi Bose and I'm Antidote from Velocity Gaming.
On to right away, giving them
Watch this!
believers an advantage, and can they secure this round? And this is what I mean.
That's on learning from the other team. You see Antidote with the knives already out in round 2.
The last round, will he be able to get one more?
Can he get the skill
No
goal?
entire series, getting that kill.
right way, too low. Master takes him down, but Anthony
Showing us exactly why Team Tamalas is comfortable on point.
hits.
Let's end this.
What have the what? He just wallbang flick on the off.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best settings.
Hey guys, welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Now, map number 2 is being prepared on the back end, but in the meantime, we have a few more things to show you guys. So we managed to catch up with Kappa from Global Esports, a player that has been in the FPS competitive gaming scene for a very long time. And let's take a look at what he had to say.
My name is Akshay Kiran Sinkar, also known as Kappa. I'm from Global Esports. I started playing video games when I was in 3rd standard. My uncle gifted me a video game. I never had gaming PC, so I used to play in cafes. And the cafes PCs are average PCs, not that great. Just keep playing, keep hardworking. It was in 2009, an international event, and we qualified from India. It was going to happen in China, but at that time, it was my mistake. I never had passport. After that, my morale got boosted. I keep playing competitive and winning the tournaments, and my family supported me a lot, like my dad, my mom, and my brother. If it's lose or win, I've been milking people in the game. Since the time, most of you have been drinking milk outside the game, so be ready.
No, do not hunt the hunter. Cypher and Killjoy, which is easily 2-side tower. And Kappa easily getting 3 kills right there in Garage.
And they're putting level 5 in a tough spot, and it's all down to this 1v1 Kappa, and he finds Nick.
Kappa raises well as Savage. roaming in. Sammy and Aid pick up a kill from both each. Kappa securing the kill on Sammy.
Fine snip. That's going to be the first kill. Now,
Make that work.
I'm not just an archer, you know.
Too aggressive, but I think that spray transfer trying to come in, but doesn't really work out. He does climb up, but no Kappa is there.
Having that much edge over your competitors because of all the experience you've gained, I'm excited to see Kappa pop off in map number 2. What are your thoughts on that profile there, Cap?
Definitely, an important player for Velocity to, have in their arsenal. And, now more than ever, they're going to need him to step up really, to help fill some of the gaps that Global Esports was exploiting in the first map here that we saw. So it's going to be a very, crucial time for Kappa. Right, as we saw, he doesn't really have any MVP, so no real standout performances yet for him in the side of Velocity in
Global
his
Esports.
So in his way up to the finals, so he's really gonna have to sort of earn his stripes now.
Indeed. And, we cannot forget Velocity Gaming. And we do know that this man has a huge fan base. He's known for his great confidence. And that is going to be EXCEELI from Velocity Gaming. Let's see what he had to say.
Technically, I didn't face any big struggles when I got into esports. My family always supported me with everything what I wanted. I used to ask my dad for mouse, and he used to just buy me the mouse next day. But my mom was skeptical sometimes, like why are you getting him these things? But as soon as year passed by, mom started to support me fully, and here I am right now. I'm keeping up the same pace. I had the motivation. I used to practice for like 10 to 12 hours daily with the goal that I have to do something in esports. I want to become the best. My name is Karan Maswadka. I am EXCEELI and I play for Team Velocity Gaming. I'm dominating since 2017. It is nothing new for me. Only the game has changed, but my habit of winning is still the same.
If I had superior, predicting a side push to prevent any push onto him. EXCEELI, oh my god, holding it down right here. EXCEELI with the turn.
We can see Velocity Gaming very aggressive. EXCEELI.
They trying to move towards B side. They're gonna get caught out right there. EXCEELI.
Oh, waiting for that right time. Now Cage goes down. Shot down to 10 HP. He can't heal. Bending the spike. 2 and EXCEELI Amaterasu.
Bow before me.
It's down to the last 2 lead. EXCEELI does have the ultimate up. I'm not sure if he's gonna pop it, but that's gonna be a 4K for EXCEELI. Absolutely amazing from EXCEELI. Let's just hit straight over into the map screen. I know you guys are dying, waiting for the match to start. And let's just look at the picks. So the first map pick was indeed from the side of Global Esports. And now the second map pick was by Velocity Gaming, and it will be Ascent. So Cap, what do you think we can expect here going into map number 2?
It's going to be coming down to the agent selection and team composition. One of the reasons we didn't see too many different approaches to that first map was because we had a mirrored composition on both sides, and that's what it's going to come down to. So over on Global Esports, who are starting on defense, we've got the Sova that comes in because you have a lot more angles to work the arrows with now. Then you've got the Jet, the Phoenix is a new introduction, and then the Omen and Cypher. And then over on Velocity, who are attacking, you've got the Breach that is going to be there in place of the Phoenix. So it's going to come down to how that composition plays off. VLT off quickly into mid, but Deathmaker is there on point to pick off first blood there. Antidote's going to get another, as Velocity not having the best start they could have hoped for, as they are kind of in no man's land right now. They had snuck on to A site, get the plant down, and they have a very interesting post-plant setup. The Sova has actually gone all the way out to mid. This is not something that's going to be too useful. The backstab, if it comes in, yes, but they go on the side. Kappa's gonna find Amaterasu, and now right to Ace. He's gonna find the backside. He's gonna find the Phoenix. The classic comes in handy. He's gonna find the Phoenix, but the Jet is there. 2v1 now as Global Esports looking to start off with a bang, picking up the first crucial round on Ascent, which is Velocity's pick.
Indeed, and that was a really good start. And, you know, Global Esports being able to just show off their dominance right off the bat, even though it's just a pistol round, it was really good. But right to Ace here, took a while to get that kill, not typical right to Ace fashion, pretty uncharacteristic, but it was all down to Vibor.
And also, you know, I'm not really sure on that positioning he had all the way outside in, you know, mid. So it's very, questionable that positioning there for him. Plus, he didn't really have a ghost that he could use a bit of range to his advantage and tap, right? So it was. I think if that had gone differently, they could have potentially been in a better post-plant situation to hold off that round. And now they're going to be going up against SMG, so it's going to be tricky for them. Let's take a look. Amaterasu's going into sight, finds a bit of damage onto the Jet, down to 5 points of health. Two of them in sight here. They should be able to hold off this push. Hellfighter is going to find EXCEELI. Hellranger is going to come in with him and Hellfighter get two more. The shorty on Antidote, he actually zooms past one of them. And it's not something they've connected with so far. The shorty doesn't have the range as Kappa comes up huge, milking that SMG.
Indeed, Kappa, you know, eco round for Velocity Gaming, not to worry. One thing I did notice was Antidote, he did have the shorty, and if you guys did recall, you know, in the profile, he did mention that this was his favorite pistol, it's his go-to, and you know, when you see Jets with shotguns, it's nothing new. Her great movement speed and shotguns, they work really well. But Kappa here, just picking up that double kill, you know, not going down, because we have seen Velocity Gaming take thrifty rounds for themselves. So, you know, even in a 2v1 situation, Kappa being able to sit there with a cool head and, you know, just securing that round. But nonetheless, 2 rounds for Global Esports. There's the full buy right now. Kappa's still going to go for, you know, the light armor there. We do see heavy armors for everyone across the board. A bunch of Phantoms, Vandals. Both teams are very much ready to go head-to-head right now. Let's just talk a little bit about the team compositions here. In map number 1, they were bang similar. They were the same, actually, between GE and Velocity Gaming. So now we see GE running the 2 duelists. They're going to introduce that Phoenix, and particularly because skills is just so good on this agent. He's very comfortable, and Ascent, it has corners. You can utilize the curveballs. It's a great pickup. And as for Velocity Gaming, we do see Right to Ace back on his Sova. Now, if you have been following the Challenger series, Right to Ace is an monster when it comes to playing Sova. Probably the best you can say in this competition when it comes to this agent. So I'm really excited to see both these teams go head-to-head, specifically how much skills we'll be able to pull off on his combo pick as well as Right to Ace.
Absolutely. You know, it's going to be, you know, down to how effectively that Breach versus, you know, Phoenix utilization within this team comp turns out. Antidote hasn't spotted out that camera coming in from Cypher. A lot of information there as they look to slowly rotate towards A side. You've got Skills holding off long. He has spotted out the Breach. He's going to push him back as the short push is coming in. The Hot Hands is going to sort of slow down any push coming in as they break down the door. The wall comes up.
Left.
Antidote goes in behind him, gets the backstab, but Hellfighter is there for the trade. Beautiful stuff between him and Hellranger. They're going to get the triple kill as Amaterasu is the last man standing on site. Doesn't have the spike on him. He needs to find a bunch of picks real quick. Amaterasu is going to find one, but with 10 seconds remaining, he doesn't have the time to get to the spike, let alone plant it, as Hellranger is going to come around and pick him off. Global Esports 3-0.
Wow. Global Esports so dominant. If anything, usually when Velocity Gaming comes into a match, they immediately get that lead over their opponent. But Global Esports, changing things up. And, it looks like they're almost shattering the mental capacity of Velocity Gaming, but it is still too early to tell. And if there's anything from past experiences, early rounds they don't really determine the outcome. But Global Esports definitely off to a great start, and this just means that they are paving a way for themselves for success. They're definitely, setting up the environment to definitely thrive in and ascend, on this map. We have seen teams excel on the side of attack, but mostly the defensive side is the strongest suit for majority of the teams, and we can see this from Global Esports.
At the very least, it's a wake-up call for Velocity Gaming. While they've definitely been dominant, if you ask me, being uncontested at the top for the first 3 months of competitive Valorant in India, it'll make anybody complacent, right? They've never really been pushed to the limit. It's only last series that they finally dropped a map. And
Right.
now, early on in this best of 3, not only did they drop the first map, they find themselves 3-0 down on their own map pick while on attack, which you would assume is their comfort side. Right, so it's definitely going to be something that Velocity is going to be looking to, maybe take a step back, reevaluate how they were approaching their game, and get their heads in it, because Global Esports right now are looking very, very good.
Indeed. The compositions are pretty much the same except for the Phoenix and Breach. So, the approach is still similar. Thank goodness the pause is done and we can get back right into the action. But that's going to be, a half buy for Velocity Gaming. They've got to make this one count. They're not downright going to go for an eco. They probably want to pick up some kills, probably put a strain on the economy of Global Esports. So Velocity Gaming, they do like to think ahead. And this time, their actions are kind of being read by Global Esports. Now, similar compositions, but you can't outright say that it is a copy. But, could be a lot of inspiration when it comes from strategy. But skills going to drop the curveball and firewall just to get that reposition, and that is a very good way on how to play Phoenix. You can also use the wall to help with the curveball so that you don't blind yourself. But back into this on A-Long, Amaterasu, he has the Sheriff, just gonna take his time, one step at a time. Velocity Gaming, going for this investment, they've got to come out on top of it. They got to have some sort of benefit. But Deathmaker's just going to put a little hole in their dreams, taking down Antidote with that headshot. Now, right to Ace uses the drone. Not much information except that everything he thought it was clear. And here comes the push. Vibor coming in from A short. And Amaterasu finds a kill for himself. This is the Velocity we know, where they use their skills in unison, comboing it and getting this spike plant down. Now, 4v3 situation, Skills will take down right to Waze, bringing the scoreboard a little bit more even. And this matchup, Global Esports, they could definitely bounce back. They do have the superior guns. That curveball goes down. Vibor finds Hellfighter. Skills, 2v3 situation. This is going to be a tough one to ask as Kelly under the rafters. But Kappa gets the double as Skills chimes in. And Global Esports will take this round. Beautifully done. Great, slow, precise, and very calculated retake from the side of Global Esports.
Absolutely. One of the things that really helped GE was, solid retakes there in the first map as well. And they seem to have picked up where they left off because, while Velocity did extremely well in how they made their way onto site, GE did a fantastic job, Kappa, with the shock dart picking up the kill there, and then between him and Skills clearing up under, the scaffolding as well. So beautiful stuff, and I think they've really worked on retakes. And look at this, Skills going in with the aggressive push. He's gonna find the Cypher.
Wow.
He actually burns down the Cypher more than anything, and he lives to tell the tale.
That was a really good play. Just running out, good molly, popping the run it back to keep himself safe and also picking up that kill. We have mentioned as well that small kills like this, even just one kill, it sets you that advantage. you can take that into your favor. We don't see these advantages being utilized fully in the earlier stages of the tournament, where we do see more amateur teams, teams that are not necessarily very in tune with competitive gameplay. But back into the game, you do see the fault line come out, and Antidote is going to pick off Kappa. That's going to be a double as Antidote tries to bring Velocity Gaming back up. He is very confident. He was talking about, you know, the transition in his life that he had. He has defied many odds, and here is one of the reasons why Antidote is just such a valuable player, just stepping up there. They managed to get the plant onto the B site. It's just a matter of another retake for Global Esports. Now, in the previous round, they did a flawless one. It was a 2v3 situation, and now they will be trying this out. 3v4 skills. Might just toss the curveball. EXCEELI safe from a flash. Antidote picks up the third kill before he goes down. And Skills still alive, but Amateurus who takes his life. And that's going to be a 1v2, 1v1, right to Ace. Ends that off, picking up the last kill with the Hunter's Fury. He was standing right in what do you call it? B main, and he used the Hunter's Fury at the right time with the information taken from his teammates as they went down. So that small bit of, you know, brilliance coming in from a game plan, that allowed Velocity Gaming to come up from the top. But Global Esports looking really strong.
Absolutely, you know, I think they knew they had the numbers advantage, and that's why they placed right to Ace outside the site with everybody else to hold inside, and in the end it turned out to be the right decision, as it was extremely important in helping close out that round. Global Esports have finally dropped a round, but they have enough money in the bank because of how well they've sort of controlled you know, the damage they've let Velocity deal early on. So it's going to be interesting to see where this round goes. This is extremely crucial for Velocity to be able to keep up this momentum. Antidote going quickly onto site, peeking the corners. Hellranger comes up with a huge double kill there despite being pushed. Make that 3, as he is now alone on site, getting pushed by Vibhor on the other side. Is he gonna see the backstab? Oh, I'm not sure he's heard it. Oh my god, Hellranger with the 4K. Is he gonna go for the 8th? And no, just short as right the Ace comes in and denies him the accolade there. But Hellranger single-handedly keeping GE in the fight. 4-1, 2-1 advantage in that round, as Kappa is gonna clean up. And ladies and gentlemen, Hellranger would definitely a play of the tournament contender right there. What a hold that was from him.
You know, I just have to throw this in, but right to Ace, negating Hellranger from the right to Ace, if you get what I mean. But Hellranger, man, that was just amazing. What a play. 4 kills.
Let's go.
Defending out of his mind. And, you know, one of the criticisms that we had of Hellranger was that he didn't really step up. He didn't really show many flashy plays throughout the course of the tournament. But right now in the finals, pulling something off like that, that is the perfect time to step up and show everybody that, hey, don't underestimate me. That's the
Absolutely.
reason
A leader's
why
got to
I'm here.
lead
Yeah.
by example. And Hellranger is doing just that. You know, that was a pivotal round there for Global Esports, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, Hellranger showing why he's, you know, one of their top guys. Antidote's going to find Kappa. Deathmaker with the trade, makes it 2. Is he going to go for 3? He does get the 3rd, and Hellfighter comes in and makes sure they don't lose another man. Global Esports, ladies and gentlemen, dominating early on in this second map. 6-1 in favor of GE.
You know, Global Esports here looking just so dominant over Velocity Gaming. It's a little bit shocking because for the longest time, we have seen Velocity Gaming always come out on top. But to see that this team themselves could falter, they can have issues, it just kind of reminds us that, hey, you will never be undefeatable. You've got to stay on top of your game. And you did talk about complacency and, you know, whether or not Velocity Gaming was complacent, there is some sort of, you know, an issue there because they aren't able to keep up their sheer dominance. And, you know, you can't expect the team to all the time, but Global Esports, they have put in the work and it is showing. Now, having 5 rounds over a team like Velocity Gaming is massive. And Global Esports can just continue to push this lead if they play their cards right. They cannot for a second just relax, because when they do, the attackers will just come barging in and just wreck their happiness altogether. But that's going to be Antidote, taken down by Skills, who's hiding in the corner, drops the curveball. There's a molly in perfect place. And the breach, Amaterasu drops the seismic blast, not going to catch Skills as he backs off to safety. EXCEELI here, pushing through mid, infiltrating, and he's going to find Kappa unknowingly, and that is a mistake, a little bit of a mishap there. Global Esports letting go of the mid side of the map. Right to Ace, Vibor find a kill for themselves. That's going to be a double kill for Vibor. He's mad, he's angry. Deathmaker finding EXCEELI, last man standing, 1v3 situation. The recon bolt does spot him out. We see the wallbang. Deathmaker gonna expose himself, and he takes down Amaterasu. Deathmaker just moving in, inching in, slowly but very surely. And 1v2 situation, the dash just to pump fake. He is going to attempt this. Cloudburst comes out. They have that information. Velocity Gaming, they're going to take this slow. You can take note that they're not rushing because the spike has been planted. They are just buying time. And that's going to be Vibor picking up the last kill. Triple for him. And Velocity Gaming finding the second round for themselves.
Yep, great stuff. I'm actually surprised why, we didn't see the Blade Storm there. Given it was much more close quarters in most situations, it would have been potentially a game changer, right? Allowing Deathmaker to rush in, because after that first kill here, which he found, if I'm not mistaken, onto the breach, he actually had the ultimate up. And having blocked off most of the underside of the scaffolding, he could have easily rushed one of the guys, right clicked, go for the next one. But trying to save it for more of a sure thing is still a fair decision there. But Velocity, they're going to be very happy with that. Antidote, I don't know how many effects Antidote is under at this point, or how he hears or sees anything. But comes in, gets the kill, as Velocity are looking like they are moving in for a second consecutive round here.
Now, this is going to be Deathmaker here. From the side of defense, he's going for the loop around, but I don't think Global Esports might challenge this because, at this point, they might as well just save as many guns as they can. A 3v5 situation going up against Velocity. We can see that G is still respecting them as a strong team. So they're not going to go for this challenge. They're going to go for the save, which I will say is a very good choice. Now, let's just pull up the scoreboard, have a look at how everyone is doing midway into this game. But Deathmaker coming out on top with 10 kills. This is not new. Very dominant player, and right to Ace will just be leading for the side of Velocity Gaming. So, Ascent is a very defense favorite map, I do feel. But like I said, for Ascent specifically, we have seen strong teams on the side of attack. So it could go either way. Velocity Gaming could completely just pull it back in the second half. But, when you look at this replay, how Antidote picks up that kill, dashes in, and, he was basically that factor that allowed Velocity Gaming to go for that A-side takeover. And, moments like that, Global Esports, they gotta kind of watch out for it. Skills did play it well, but, unfortunately, Antidote was way too fast. But Deathmaker looking for a sneaky kill through those window grills. Not gonna find one, but Skills there to redeem himself. Very aggressive, picks up right to Ace, and Global Esports will have the man advantage approaching this one.
Yeah, I think that's really smart coming out from Skills. You saw VLT being very aggressive on defense in the first map, and this is just GE giving them a bit of a taste of their own medicine without risking it too much, right? They use the run it back, but what they've done right now is I think almost always they leave this mid area way too open, and they've actually given them a free rotate onto B here. The shock dart barely doing anything, doesn't connect with anybody, and they've actually just given up a site without any contest. Deathmaker is actually going to find Amaterasu, and Hellfighter is going to find Antidote. They're getting in the side. Vibor's going to get taken down as GE with another perfect retake. Flawless without losing a single man. Velocity Gaming, they're going to be feeling a bit annoyed about that. Their post-plant play was so weak, as they would have been hoping to do a bit of damage, get some guns, deny some guns, but it's almost as if just as easily they got the site, they let GE waltz in and take it right back.
Indeed, Global Esports just so dominant on the side of defense. Now, we do have 2 more rounds before the side swap, but GE just raking up these rounds with a total of 7. That just puts them in a comfortable position. If they do take these next 2 rounds, you know, they could easily go for the victory and just qualify for the grand finals and leave Velocity Gaming into the lower brackets where they have to fight their way back to the top. So, you know, this is not the end. This is only the finals, not the grand finals, you guys. And Series 3 is also open for registration. So if you want to join in on this fun as well, go up against some of your favorite teams. If you do get lucky, remember to sign up. Link is in the description. But this is going to be Hellfighter. He did see the Omen, but just going to back away after tossing out an ability. Hellfighter with the spy cam. He's just going to move and, you know, reposition himself, which is a really good choice. In this stage of the composition, you've got to keep moving. You can't stay in one position, go for these peaks, go for these challenges, because at this level of competitive play, it's going to be just too obvious and too predictable. But Hellfighter here, in the dark cover, he hears all these sounds, and he's just going to expose himself, but Armateros is just too quick. Picks him up, and Global Esports the man down. Velocity Gaming looking for their opportunity. Skills finds Vibor, and that's going to be a 4v4. Spike has been planted. Skills from A long, and he does have his trusty Omen with him. Now, EXCEELI coming in from the back. Antidote does pick up one, so is Amaterasu. And that leaves 1 member left on the side of Global Esports. That's going to be Hellranger as he takes down EXCEELI. 1v3 situation. He's going to go for this retake. And I don't think it's very much possible, but he could just pull something amazing. Right to Ace will put a stop to that. And that's going to be 4 rounds for Velocity Gaming.
Last round before the hash.
Yeah, I think we see a recurring theme here whenever Global Esports has actually lost rounds. Their control over mid and A short is extremely weak, right? They're giving up too much map control to Velocity, and you know, Velocity is using that to buy a lot of time. Get Global Esports second guessing their strategies, and then they've just burst onto site from either mid or A short, and you know, that's where they've been in a bit of a trouble. Now again, they do have the Sova for cover along with the Cypher, and Kappa with a huge kill there coming, but Amaterasu and Antidote are going to get them level on the board. Hellranger with a priceless double kill there, ladies and gentlemen. Global Esports not wanting to give this up too easily. Skills comes in from behind and helps him out as Deathmaker's gonna go in and quick scope from close range. What a hold from Global Esports. It looked like Velocity had once again bum rushed them for one of the sites, but you know, fantastic work between Kappa and Hellranger to hold down this B site here. Hellranger on point with those controlled bursts, and then Skills coming in from behind. I think he got a flash, and EXCEELI was a bit distracted, and then Deathmaker just close range. Boom! Here's my operator in your face.
Deathmaker. So that was the last round, and this is the swap. So now we will see Global Esports on the side of attack and Velocity Gaming on the side of defense. And you know, the last time, you know, CA, the other caster, I was having a conversation with him, and he did mention that, okay, we kind of came to an agreement that, you know, if you are starting out on your weaker side, the best and the most minimum amount of rounds that you should aim to take is 4. Because if it's 4, that means the opponent will have 8, like what we can see here. Now, if Velocity Gaming know and are confident that they can come back here in defense, they should be able to climb up because it's a comfortable gap. The opponent, in this case Global Esports, is not too close to the victory of 13 rounds. They're still kind of far. So, you know, having that bit of gap, Velocity Gaming will have some space to try and come back. But, you know, it is still down to how flawlessly Global Esports will continue playing. They did put on a great show there in the first half. Let's see what they're going to do here in the second. Velocity Gaming, they've got a lot of work to do, and they have to win this map ultimately to stay in the running, to just qualify straight into the grand finals.
Absolutely. You know, GE, they're definitely going to be excited, but they need to keep their feet on the ground, right? They can't lose sight of the bigger picture because they can just as easily snowball as Velocity did, you know, last map round. So it's definitely a lot of pressure for Velocity as well. They're going to be trying some interesting stuff, being overly aggressive because nobody wants the added pressure of playing a best of 3 tomorrow morning before the best of 5 finals. Right. So GE slowly checking corners onto the side. Deathmaker leading from the front. He's going to get spotted out by Antidote, who finally is going to find him, giving first blood and control to Velocity Gaming. Not the start GE was looking for, but hey, you know, after that solid first half performance, they've definitely given themselves a bit of breathing room, right, to be able to make some mistakes and let go of a few rounds.
You know, we have seen the comments about how Velocity Gaming ultimately set the bar and the standard of what competitive play should be in this region at least, and in the Challenger series and global esports. You know, they definitely taken some notes,
30
but we
seconds
can
left.
also see that, you know, they've added a little bit of their own spice, and that is skills on his own. Very dominant agent, a comfort pick, but Antidote here
Enemy kill.
going for the challenge, and he picks off skills. Now that's going to be a 1-for-1, 2-for-1, and Vibor finding the kill on Camber. Global Esports just falling down one by one.
10
Not
seconds
the
left.
best of starts, but Velocity Gaming, it seems like they've got that burst of confidence. Hellranger with only 5 seconds left to spare. He won't get the spike planted, and this round is going to go over to Velocity Gaming.
Yeah, GE, they would have been you know, a bit unhappy with that performance of theirs. No kill points, no plant, and they didn't really give any competition to Velocity, right? There was no game plan as such. They went in one by one, got picked off one by one. So there's, you know, your basics, no trades, no covering fires, but solid hold coming in from Velocity. They knew how they wanted to position themselves, and you know, they followed their game plan. So GE again, it's the pistol round, so not too much to read into, honestly, because there is limited utility and weapons. So it's not really going to set the trend, but you know, Velocity is going to be definitely looking for at least one more round with that. Deathmaker coming in, great pick off there on the reloading opponent, as right to ace is not able to hold on the 3-man push. They're going to get onto site. Is the plant going to go down? I think so. The plant, no, he stops it.
Vibor and Amaterasu. Oh my goodness, just, you know, Vibor does it once again, and you know, the fact, you know, he's just so consistent when it comes to defense, and wherever he can, he will just pick up these multi kills. But that is going to be IGL Amaterasu and the defense boy Vibor just picking that up. But Velocity Gaming now with 6 rounds, and you know, it was a case of, you know, what we suspected, where Velocity Gaming and Global Esports, they were just more comfortable on the side of defense. So, you know, Velocity Gaming, having picked this map, they know what their strengths are, and we can see that they are playing it to their best ability.
Look at that, you got a push coming out of B. They go for an aggressive check, but nobody there. Going back to last round, what really went wrong was that the Cypher was the one who had the spike, and he was essentially hiding. And oh, Deathmaker, despite being visually impaired there, does find the kill, but gets traded off. Skills, he's gonna flash out and break into sight. Smart move there. Is he gonna get the trade? Yes, he's gonna find Vibhor, but Hellranger's gonna be chipping in with a kill onto Antidote for the trade there, as Global Esports, 1 man on site, 1 potentially outside distracting. Now all's gonna be dependent on whether this Cypher gets picked off early on or not. Omen needs to give the plant Q ASAP to sort of hurry around these guys for the rotate.
Spike planted.
They definitely know the spike is A. Cypher needs to get into a better position, otherwise they're going to be at a very disadvantageous spot here from heaven. I'm not sure. Amaterasu just missed the Omen by a pixel. Hellranger, you gotta thank whatever gods you pray to, my friend, because that was extremely lucky. Breach is gonna come in, he's gonna get picked out. Is he gonna find the Sova as well? No, get stuck reloading, but Hellfighter is there for the trade. Global Esports, they got a little lucky there.
Indeed, and you know, we've always made the point that when you're going in for a retake, it's best to spread yourself out. And we can see that Global Esports, Hellfighter, he was just making his way over. And the fact that Hellranger and Hellfighter were in 2 different directions, it did help them ultimately. So Amaterasu jumping in just like that, not waiting for the dark cover to disappear. I do feel that time was off constraint, but Global Esports, they played that pretty well. And 9-6, Velocity Gaming just trailing behind. And if anything, you know, in this competitive setting, 3 rounds lead, it could be nothing. You just gotta maintain that. And Global Esports, they're doing a great job picking up that last round for themselves. So, you know, it's really great to see that they are indeed the game changers, because, you know, they are shaking things up. You know, they're coming close to beating the defending champions. Now, Hellranger and Deathmaker, they all find kills. That's going to be a double for Deathmaker. Leaving Velocity Gaming just 2 members, and Skills will wrap it up, put a bow on it, and that will be double digits for Global Esports.
Yeah, that was sort of inevitable, given that there were, you know, absolutely no guns on the side of Velocity Gaming, so they weren't, you know, ever going to be able to put up much of a fight. But, you know, they should have at least positioned themselves to get picks. Remember, controlling your opponent's economy is just as important as winning rounds. Because once you break, you know, your loss streak, you're going to need to be not too mismatched in terms of guns. And the only way to do that is to make sure you get frags even when you're losing. Look at that aggressive push coming in from Antidote. Is he going to find someone? No, a bit confused. Too much choice there for him. Too many people to shoot. As Antidote is not going to get the kill, but beautiful backstab coming in from right to Ace as Velocity Gaming turn it around. Another aggressive defensive push. Not the first we're seeing from them. So, you know, something GE should have expected. Hellranger goes in, finds one, but Vibhor is there for the trade. 1v2 situation here. Skills, definitely somebody very capable of handling this. He has been darted, but he is going to actually stand in his Molotov heal while fighting off the enemy. Right to Ace. Still knows exactly where Skills is. Skills has got the spike. He's gotten out of the sight. And oh, right to Ace jumps down with the...
Run it back. Oh
my god.
Right to Ace! That was so clutch. But, you know, there was the audio cue of the ultimate, and right to Ace just danced around the duration of that. And knowing when Skills was going to return to that spot, he came, rushed in, and picked up that kill. So, you know, that was a really good, you know, in the moment kind of problem solving from the side of right to Ace. So that was a really good round. 7.
Yeah, and you know that's where your top tier players realize you know what's happening. They know, look, I've got a couple of seconds after I get the kill on him, or if I just waste enough time. So, you know, smart work there. 10-7. Still not doable. Let's quickly, not impossible. Let's quickly take a look at the scoreboard here. And, you know, despite that, you know, commanding performance, Global Esports, a lot of them are still on half armors because of, you know, the fact that they keep losing a lot of members. And, you know, that's what, you know, Velocity is going to be counting on. Because when they have guns, they have that, you know, okay, they have a little bit of less armor. Maybe we can make that work. Jet is going to fly away and spam through that Cypher cage as Deathmaker gets the kill. But EXCEELI with a priceless double. Make that triple kill coming in. Hellfighter, he's not going to be taken down as Kappa's shock dart is going to be enough. Kappa is not going to look to the right as Antidote is going to pick him off. 10-9, folks, is this... 10-8, sorry. Is this a repeat of the first map? Are we gonna see a comeback?
Almost just like it. Yeah, but Velocity Gaming just bouncing back. No more 3-round lead for Global Esports. It's gonna be a 2-round lead. And, you know, GE is just so close. But if they do, this map, you see, it could be anybody's game. It was like how in the first map we had no idea who was going to win, and GE eventually took it. I wouldn't be surprised if Velocity Gaming were to just, you know, bounce back and take it, because both these teams are just so proficient at what they do. It's all down to consistency and their form today. But that's going to be Amaterasu and EXCEELI both finding a kill, and it seems like a fire has been lit under the bottoms of Velocity Gaming. Now on the side of the defense, that's going to be EXCEELI, and Vibhor gets a double kill, not caught on camera. They're both headshots. What on earth did Vibor, the man of defense, do? What did he do?
Again, you know, it's a flawless, aggressive push coming in, ladies and gentlemen, from Velocity Gaming. GE didn't really invest in guns that round, and Velocity was like, look, let's punish them. Let's not let them try and get pickoffs. They went in early, got the kills, and you know, at this point, Global Esports really has to be expecting this from GE, from Velocity side.
Indeed. And now we move on into the next round. So close on the scoreline. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. And Skills, he does fall to Antidote, leaving Global Esports with 3 members. Kappa is going to move slowly. Vibor finds the kill onto Hellfighter. Going to take out that clone. And Global Esports down to 2 members. It seems like they've kind of lost their momentum since the side swap. And Velocity Gaming, they're picking it up back this time around.
I think it's the same situation Velocity was in the first map. We only have to win 3 rounds or 4 rounds. And, you know, when you sort of take your foot off the gas and, you know, give space to a team like Velocity Gaming, they're going to punish you. You know, Global Esports punished Velocity for that in the first round and took that first map. And it seems like the same seems to be happening here with Velocity really stepping it up and giving them a run for the money.
Indeed, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Once again, last member standings. Deathmaker, he finds another kill. And
30
that will
seconds
be right
left.
away it's going down. Now, Deathmaker retrieving the spike. Vibor, shot down to half health. But Deathmaker might just make the rotation. Not quite. He is going to commit onto A side. Time is ticking. Only 15 seconds left to spare. And we do see the one ability available for Deathmaker, and let's see how he's going to utilize it. He's going for the plant, but Antidote just taking his time for this peak. Now Deathmaker back in the way, but that's going to be Antidote picking up that last kill, triple. And this round is going to go over to Velocity Gaming, double digits, and even Stevens across the board.
10-10, folks. VLT
10-10.
are back in it. This is the kind of series that deserves to be in a final, and who knows, we may still see this rematch in the finals. This is just the upper bracket matchup, folks. The loser goes on to face the winner of today's lower bracket matchup between Noble Esports and EXCEELI tomorrow morning before the grand finals that awaits the winner of this best of 3 series. Apollonia, it's too close to call. Are you brave enough to pick one of these?
Okay, I'm brave enough. I'm gonna do it. Okay, hold on. So Velocity Gaming is now... you know, we're gonna get a bit candid here. So Velocity Gaming this time around, on the side of defense, they're looking really strong. I do feel that we might actually go into map number 3. I think Velocity Gaming might take this, and I would like to challenge Global Esports to prove me wrong. Honestly, I would like them to prove me wrong. So, it's not that, you know, I don't feel any favoritism. I'm going off a track record, and the strength of Velocity Gaming when it's coming to maps and Ascent. They are pretty strong here on Ascent. And the fact that they are ending this map number 2 off on defense, I do feel they have the upper hand. So, for me, it's going to be Velocity Gaming, but I'm challenging Global Esports to prove me wrong.
Absolutely. You know, Global will still be hoping that, yes, we can make quick work of this best of 3. But, you know, I think the momentum right now is squarely in favor of Velocity Gaming, who have done phenomenally well so far. The recon board giving away Antidote's position. Antidote, he is super lucky to have not been spotted out. Gets one, but Hellfighter's there for the trade. Right, the ace being, you know, his Furious Hunter from range. Unfortunately not able to, you know, get anything on this one, as GE have gotten the spike down. Very, very important at this stage in the game. Remember, GE does not have the weapon superiority. EXCEELI is going to get spotted out by Deathmaker, as Deathmaker is going to give GE a bit of an advantage. And that's 2, as Global Esports looking to get ahead. The deadlock is not going to stay for long, as Deathmaker is going to make it 3 kills with the Vandal. Beautiful stuff, great positioning, great awareness coming in, as Global Esports are gonna nudge ahead in this matchup.
Indeed, you know, you've been you know you've been watching a lot of Valorant games when Deathmaker pulls off a play like that, and you can kind of feel the chat going DM God, DM God. So Deathmaker there, really good. And you guys, you know, in the chat supporting, do show as much love as you can for the team that you want to win. But Global Esports now just picking up where they left off with that 1-round lead. So close to the end, to the finish line. Global Esports definitely taking me up on that challenge. I'd like to think so. 11 is to 10, going in favor of the attackers. Now, this round, Velocity Gaming, we should see them approach this a little bit more slowly. But Antidote, just aggressive as ever, he's just completely going to go ham. Bangs right into the arch of that opening there. That was a little bit funny, but Global Esports, Velocity Gaming, all members are still alive, and it is leaning towards a potential B-side plant. Deathmaker making his way through, but Antidote found the kill before the Cloud Burst kind of just lands and skills goes down.
He had just a pixel of visibility there.
Right?
And he got the kill, but Hellranger, huge play coming in with the spam. Deathmaker is gonna find Vibhor as well. 4v2, the spike's about to get planted, but not needed. Deathmaker with a backstab. He's gonna clean up house. Match and series point, ladies and gentlemen, for Global Esports. They're looking to book their spot in the grand finals today itself. They do not want to go to the lower bracket. They want this done now.
You know, I think this is actually the right time for Global Esports to come out on top. Deathmaker is playing out of his mind. He is absolutely insane. 27 kills. We saw him in Series 1 with 49 kills, where the best that, you know, they could do was take one map away, and that was in the grand finals in Haven. Now, we're not even in the grand finals. We're only in the finals, and Deathmaker, you know, it's almost like you can see the confidence just beaming out of Global Esports right now. These players have fought so hard. The addition of skills into the squad just proves that, you know, this team is here to stay. And now just a tactical pause, I do believe. Velocity Gaming, 2 rounds down. It's do or die at this point. They cannot miss a beat. And Global Esports, all they have to do to just lock in their spot in the grand finals is literally just win the next round, Cap. And, you know, I feel like this is bigger than what I can try to squeeze in with Expression right now. How are you feeling about this?
This is, you know, everything we could have hoped for. And honestly, this is what makes for a healthy esports ecosystem, when there is competition at the top. Right, it's a very you know, monotonous situation when you've got one team you know, so dominant that you know, every tournament is almost a foregone conclusion. And leading up to Series 1, that was the expectation, and barring that one round slip up from Velocity, you know, it was you know, steamrolled all the way through to the finals. But now we finally have Global Esports giving them a run for their money, and a few other top tier teams who've actually you know, at least gone head to head with Velocity, not get steamrolled completely. So, you know, we're moving to a point where we are seeing these, you know, titans of Valorant, a lot of folks migrating from Counter-Strike, a lot of new players as well, really shining when given the opportunity. And I, for one, am extremely excited for what that means for Valorant in India. Right now, of course, Global Esports doing something, you know, honestly, nobody expected at this point. Deathmaker a bit sloppy with that push coming in. Antidote is going to punish him for that, as Velocity, despite being underpowered in terms of guns, now do have the numerical advantage and one Vanguard.
Global Esports losing a man, they still have a chance, but Velocity Gaming, it's do or die for them, and you can see they're just maintaining their positions. It looks like it might be a push for A site as they come through A shot. Now Vibhor, he's just gonna hang around A long. EXCEELI, he's on site and ready to rumble, and that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Vibhor chimes in, finds skills, and Global Esports, it looks like they're going to lose this round unless they pull off something amazing here. Velocity Gaming, 4 members strong, it looks like it's theirs to take. We can see that Antidote will stay on B side, and you know that Velocity Gaming, they're not, you know, pushing anything Now the spike has been planted. We see the rotations come in. Hellranger, what's he going to do in this situation? It is high pressure. 12 is to 10. Everything is on the line. Hellfighter just pushes and picks up the kill onto Amaterasu, but Hellranger finds Vibor as well. It's down to a 2v2, and this could very much be possible. This could be it, but right to Ace and Antidote at the last second. They pick up both the members of Global Esports from Hell and Velocity Gaming. They have 11 rounds for themselves. Now, this next round is still going to be really thrilling, and it's not just over yet. Global Esports could win, or Velocity Gaming could make it go to overtime.
What a performance, Hellfighter and Hellranger did absolutely everything correctly there, but the sheer numbers and the fact that they came from different directions actually got Global Esports. There's nothing they could have done about that one. But take nothing away in a 2v4 situation to get the plant, get 2 kills post plant, and if you got a feel for Hellranger, he locked out that duel to right to Ace. And now Velocity, can they take it to overtime?
Indeed, and Vibor, he does have the neural set up, and he could use it. Velocity Gaming could buy more time for themselves. Now that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Pretty good there, no win or loss for either side. Skills, he has the pistol on hand, and it seems like he doesn't have a gun. Might want to look for a pickup.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit surprised. Everybody's got enough money. Maybe they just forgot to buy Skills a gun.
Probably. I mean, you don't want to be the last member, not thought about. Skills, what more being the newest addition. But EXCEELI is going to pick up Kappa. Skills with the curveball, and Vibor takes it out. It looks like it's going to be overtime, ladies and gentlemen, as Velocity Gaming are looking to try and come back to buy more time and to not drop the finals at all. But Deathmaker, he's still alive along with Hellranger. They could pull off something massive here. Hellranger with the teleport, and he's going to go over to the B site and get this plant. Now we do see the Rolling Thunder coming from Amaterasu, and he's going to do it once again, and that's going to be overtime for Velocity Gaming and Global Esports. This is spicy, Cap. Very spicy.
Yeah, I think there was a solid attempt there from Deathmaker. Getting in a kill here, really selling that fake. But I think the breach was smart enough to start rotating early on. If Deathmaker had landed the kill on the Sova, that would have been a completely different story altogether. I don't think he needed to jump up and try that, in my opinion. And he could have just as easily started rotating and maybe try and do something there. But, beautiful use of the breach ultimate there as we go into overtime, ladies and gentlemen. All advantages, economy out the window. Every round, money resets, abilities reset. This is what it's about.
All right, we can definitely see that the chat is going insane. It is going to be overtime, and the reason why this is so high stakes, it could be because Global Esports will be the first team to take down Velocity Gaming and just make it straight to the grand finals. But that's going to be Skills. Rip! Oh my goodness, Skills, that's a double kill. And Kappa chimes in, but right to Ace finds a shock dart there. And, he is that man on the Sova. But Skills with the third kill, Molly Burn, and Hellfighter to end it off. 13 rounds for Global Esports. They have been pushed into overtime. They have been pushed the entire tournament to perform. They have so many expectations. They don't want to be in the shadows. They want to be the game changers. Deathmaker, Hellfighter, Skills, Hellranger, and even Kappa playing out of their minds, just trying to put themselves on the map and be like, hey, notice us. We may not be the champions right now, but we're damn right going to push on a huge fight. And this is a do or die situation. Once again, stakes are high. It could be more time for Velocity, or it could be game and Global Esports move over straight to the grand finals.
Absolutely, G doing everything right, and Skills, beautiful play there. I think he's been a solid addition to their roster. Now it seems they're going for a fast B take. Deathmaker's gonna get first blood onto Antidote. They're gonna go onto site, or they're gonna find the Sova as right to Ace is gonna take down Deathmaker, but gets traded out. 4v3 in favor of Global Esports as they're gonna get the spike down. They have put themselves in the best situation possible, folks, to pick up this all-important overtime round. Is this gonna be it? Is this gonna be Global Esports finally being the first team to defeat Velocity Gaming and moving into the grand finals? It all comes down to this. 3 men pushing from the same side. Helef gonna find Vibhor. EXCEELI gonna trade him out, but the clock is running down. Amaterasu is gonna find Kappa 2v1. As Skills is gonna find EXCEELI now. 2v2, sorry. And Amaterasu finds one more. He's down to the pistol. He's gonna trade the gun. Oh my god, beautiful play there coming in by Hellranger with no time.
Attacker win.
What a play! Global Esports make it over to the grand finals, the first team to take down Velocity Gaming, the defending champions of Series 1. That was absolutely nuts. Captain, what do you have to say? I can see that you have lost your mind.
That was, played to perfection by Global Esports. They were in a great position with the plant and the numbers advantage, folks. But the second they lost the first man on the trade, they realized, look, we don't need to take the fight. Let them come to us. And what a performance it was. Bought themselves as much time with the Omen just weaving around the wall there, playing with his opponents. And Global Esports thoroughly deserve Velocity Gaming no longer the undefeated, undisputed champions, but they are still our reigning champions, folks. They don't go out of the tournament. They're going to be heading to the lower bracket to face either EXCEELI or Noble Esports, two very competent teams in their own right as well. So we have a cracker of a day of Valorant planned for you later today with that, and then tomorrow Velocity going in the lower bracket finals as well. But Global Esports, folks, congratulations, thoroughly deserved. I can see the chat just going insane.
Ooh.
This is what Indian esports has potentially been looking forward to. Is there somebody coming along who is going to be able to go toe to toe with Velocity and not just take a map this time, but potentially take a series? And Global Esports, folks, was that team. Let's take a look at the AMD relive the moment and see how exactly we got here in this second map.
Wow, I am still bursting with emotion. When after a match and you have goosebumps and you kind of feel your skin crawl, that was an extremely good game. And I have got it countless times, but nothing quite like this. Global Esports as a team, they have some exceptional players that have been in the scene for the longest time when it comes to competitive FPS gaming. And for Global Esports to kind of observe, and Global Esports, they have been doing their homework on Velocity Gaming, having a little chat with them during the interview and all of that. They have mentioned that they are studying and they are looking for ways to be a step ahead. Now, do you think, one thing I would just like to throw out there was that it wasn't straight up dominance, but Global Esports won through pure strategy and mind games. This is the first time, I've seen Global Esports just amp up the gameplay. One moment they're approaching around slow. Another moment they just run on in and take Velocity Gaming by surprise. Now, being able to switch up your approach is ultimately, the best way to make it here in competitive. And Velocity Gaming was the best when it came to that. But they kind of met their match, and this is why we nicknamed Global Esports as the Game Changers.
Absolutely. GE went into this with a lot of expectations, picking up the roster they did. Expectations with, all right, what is Skills going to bring to the table? Is he going to help them step up and go to the next level? And, it was just that, a solid performance from him that really helped them not only go toe to toe with someone like Velocity Gaming, but be better in so many situations. I think Skills, Hellranger, Deathmaker, what a standout performance from these guys coming in today. And my question now is, does Global Esports have the appetite to do this again? Right, because remember, this is not the end of Velocity Gaming. They're still going to the lower bracket, and there's a very good chance that they're going to be back in the grand finals, which is the best of 5 series. right? Not only do you have to beat them twice, you got to go and beat them 3 more times now. And global esports, the big question now is, can they do that again, or was this a one-off? Right, that's really going to help answer the question. All right, are global esports truly good enough, or was this a one-off, occurrence?
Indeed, yeah, and that is where consistency comes from, right? So one thing I will say is that Velocity Gaming, they have really good consistency considering their track record. As for global esports, them too as well, but their only obstacle has always been Velocity Gaming. So this will be a true test, but I will say that I am super excited for the grand finals. Now knowing that global esports have made their way there, and it is time as well, because Deathmaker, he was the key component to the success of global esports. This player has consistently fragged out of his mind. He has pushed the limits. So in each agent position, you have a specific job to do. And Deathmaker on Jet, his job is to get those frags. And the fact that he does that plus more is just out of this world. And if you're looking at Hellfighter as on the Cypher, he does some great defense, and he is also a contributing factor. I will like to see that global esports kind of sharpen up the individual players and what their job is supposed to do. I do feel that no team is perfect. There always is room for improvement. That's how you stay on top of your game. Velocity, definitely they have to work on that and try to bring it back. But global esports, I hope that they do take everything that they have learned and kind of just make more of it. And they definitely do have the potential. Pulling off such an upset, I did not expect it at all. Once again, congratulations to Global Esports, as you guys have made it over to the grand finals. Now, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Remember to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you get notifications whenever we are live. We'll be back at 6 p.m. And that time, it will be the lower bracket finals, where you will see EXCEELI Esports, the pride of Bangladesh, versus I'm
Noble
having a little bit of a
Esports.
brain fart.
Noble Esports.
Noble Esports, that's right,
Yeah.
the new team on the block. So it's really cool to see this matchup. Do be around for the 6 p.m. game. Do you have any words that you want to add in, Cap?
I think I'm just excited about what this means for Valorant in India. Up until now, the overall assumption was that there's no point playing in a tournament if Velocity is there, right? It was all doom and gloom. Everybody's sort of
Oh yeah,
playing
we
for
got that
second
feedback
place,
a lot.
right? And now everybody knows that. All right, they are not invincible. It is possible, right? Global Esports has suddenly given all the top tier Valorant teams in India a lot of hope that if we put in a bit more effort, right, we can potentially do this. And of course, we've got a lot of newer teams really stepping up and performing as well, right? Team Tamilas had a fantastic run with their new roster in Series 2. Unfortunately, they got knocked out. Noble Esports, in their first time under this official roster, has done phenomenally well. We're going to see them up against EXCEELI, so it's great to see a team from Bangladesh also really stepping it up, right? So it's not just an all-India affair in the tournament. So it's a lot of exciting elements to the tournament that are really setting up the Valorant ecosystem as potentially the most exciting esports ecosystem in India right now. And we're super happy as Esports Club to be a part of it. I'm happy I get to be a part of some of these matches with you guys. And we hope you guys, the viewers, are enjoying the broadcast and all the content the team is putting out along with it. If you're interested in playing yourselves, Series 3 registrations are live as well on the web. Right. Sorry about that, folks. A bit of a potato on the internet on my end. But yeah, super excited. And we've got a lot more coming your way with the lower bracket at 6 p.m. today. We're going to take a short break. and be back with more Valorant action coming your way. Thank you so much. This is from me, Capnar and Apollonia. We hope you enjoyed this match as much as we did.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young, I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars.